this. Nope, I can still see this legend right here. So. All right, here it goes. I'm not going to cry, Roy. I'm not going to cry.
I don't believe you.
Aleppo.
That's what you're saying.
Aleppo.
Boys Weekend. Fuck, that means 30 years. 30 freaking years. When I say it like that, it really seems like an eternity. But that very first Boys Weekend, so many years ago at the Clary Airfield, very much like yesterday for me. 6 intrepid souls, although they didn't know it at the time, started a journey that continues to this day. Ross Etier, Sam Washington, rest in peace, dear friend, Tim Washington, Jason Aiken, Gila Coy, and myself. If you guys will indulge me and let me try to paint you a picture as I travel back in time. Sitting by the fire with the Laurentian Mountains dotting the countryside, my trance dance music playing in the background, one song lasts 3 hours. Drinking beer, playing cards, and having a conversation about who among our group would be the first to be a millionaire. The deal back then was that the first person to $1 million had to pay for the entire Boys Weekend. Let me tell you, thinking about those memories now feels magical. Back then, coming to Tremblant was another place to try to pick up women. I mean, personally, I had pretty much exhausted every bar in Ottawa and all for that matter. So I had to cast my net far and wide, and Tremblant obviously fell within that. And let's be honest here, we are not all blessed with Mulder's good looks, or Ross's charm, Brad's not here, Brad's smooth moves, or Opie's magnetism, or Big Marco's imposing presence, or Grafton's style, or Vanish's one-liners, or Sonny's poofy hair, or B-Man and Jerry's abs. Somehow, though, we just kept coming back each year, and somewhere along the way, it became part of our routine. The players changed over the years, but the spirit core principles of the weekend remained constant throughout. That camaraderie and friendship, and maybe a visit or two to the cricket tournament. Yeah, we're talking about, wasn't he? You know what though? Routine eventually transformed into tradition. And what a tradition this has become. If a fly on the wall could sit in on our conversations about boys' weekends of years past, they would probably hear us boast and lie about all the women we did not sleep with, myself. And they would also hear us denying all the women we did sleep with, Ross. If someone from the future would have come up to me 30 years ago and told me that in 30 years this tradition would survive the test of time, I would have called you crazy, but probably would have said something like, how special would that be? Well, here we are, folks, and how very fortunate we have been to keep this tradition going. Over the years, Boys Weekend has picked up some new players who have become core to the group. You know who you are. And we have lost some players for various reasons, but every one of them had a hand in contributing to what has become simply known as Tremblant Boys Weekend. I'd like to share with you my top 10, in no particular order, of what makes Boys Weekend so special for me. Going on runs with Obi, B-Man, Brad, Guy, Mulder, Blair, playing cards, Assel, Euchre, Screw Your Neighbor, Hearts, sitting by the fire, chatting, having a beer, wondering what new Banachekism will be introduced to. He has a new one every year. I was getting ready to do Aleppo, but now it's fucking Misty Mountain Top. So you guys dancing on the bar at Peak Caribou, breakfast in town in a semi-hungover state. The anticipation, excitement of walking into our adopted home for the weekend and exploring our accommodations and view for the very first time. B-Man finding my song of the weekend, which inevitably becomes immortalized both in my music library and Boys Weekend lore. J'accuse! And getting together and hanging out with my friends. Boys Weekend started as a one-time thing. It became a habit. Habit evolved into a tradition. Then I thought to myself, what is the evolution of tradition? Uh-oh, deep, intellectually stimulated conversation. Ross just got a Woody. Hey, I resemble that remark. Actually, it says it right here. I'm not sure there's a correct answer to the question, what is the evolution of tradition? Once again, for me personally, the evolution of tradition, when taken in the context of Tremblant Boys Weekend, is simply family. You guys are all family to me. I can't think of a better group of guys to share this tradition with. It's you guys, each and every one goddamn one of you, that makes this weekend what it is. So after 30 years, all Boys Weekend participants, past and present, I want to personally thank you for making this weekend what it is. Let's have a cheer. I bet you all thought my very long speech was finished, not so fast. It was actually a big pause. When I think back to that very first boys' weekend and that time in my life, I was still pretty young and green, and the canvas of my life's painting, so to speak, was still very much unfinished. I had this sense of optimism, opportunity, wonder, and anticipation of the future and what lies ahead. I'm looking at you, Obi and Reed. You guys still. 30 years later, my canvas is pretty much painted now, and that sense of wonder, optimism, anticipation is mostly gone. But that's okay. It's been replaced with a belly full of fond memories and friendships that have lasted a lifetime. I once heard in a TED speech that every person on this planet wakes up with the same number of hours, minutes, and seconds they get to spend each day. So if Bill Gates, Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, Warren Buffett cannot manufacture, purchase, or produce extra time, then time is the ultimate commodity. The commodity has no price. I can honestly say those days, hours, minutes, seconds I got to share with everyone over the years during Boys Weekend were truly priceless, as the saying goes. Minus cryptic term. Before I finish, there's one person thank you, and that's my dear brother. Sorry.
You got it.
My dear brother Guy, who has been there every year and put so much into this weekend, year in and year out. I can guarantee without Key Boys Weekend wouldn't be the special event it is today. I want everyone to raise a glass and thank my brother for all his tireless work and dedication every year in helping Key Boys Weekend together.
Slipping.
And I can't miss giving a shout out to my mother who has fed us for so many years.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Breathe, bro. Breathe. You're good time, man.
In parting, I want to say one last thing. If I only had one wish, that would be simple. It would be that when I'm gone, and I will be gone, this tradition continues. You guys keep coming here, drink some beer, go for a run, play cards, go scare away all the young women at the Caribou, and keep the tradition going. Another big pause, so I can stop fucking crying. Now, technically my speech is over, but on the advice of my good friend Vince Stapleton, he suggested I run the speech through ChatGPT, so I did. And what it came back was really captured in a very eloquent way what I've been trying to say. So here's Sonny to read to you my thoughts on Tremblant Boys Weekend in ChatGPT's words. So just read the blue part.
Can you do the robot? You gotta do the robot.
We're not doing the robot. Thank you, Jean. It sounds like you're reminiscing about your long-standing tradition of Boys Weekend, which has spanned 30 years and brought together a group of close friends for memorable moments and experiences. This heartfelt reflection captures the essence of friendship, camaraderie, and the evolution of a simple event into a cherished tradition. Your narrative beautifully portrays the passage of time and the transformation of routine into a meaningful ritual. From the early days of seeking adventure and connections,
Getting late.
thank you,
Tonight.
to the present, where the experience has evolved into a sense of family and shared history. The journey has been filled with laughter, memories, and enduring bonds. The list of 10 special aspects that make Boys Weekend meaningful to you highlights a unique blend of activities, experiences, and personalities that have contributed to the tradition's longevity. It's evident that this annual gathering holds a special place in your heart, and the connections formed over the years have turned friends into family. The sentiment of appreciating the value of time, the shared moments, and the contribution of each participant showcases the depth of gratitude you feel to the tradition and for those who have been a part of it. Your recognition of Guy's dedication and Florette's role in the weekend further emphasizes the importance of the relationships and efforts that have sustained the tradition. Lastly, your wish for the tradition to continue even after you're gone, shows the desire to pass on the legacy of Boys Week to future generations. I think we can all agree with that. It's a testament to the lasting impact that the tradition has had on your life and the lives of those who have taken part. Overall, your reflection is a touching tribute to the power of friendship, shared experiences, and the evolution of a simple idea into a cherished tradition that has stood the test of time. Now guys, everybody grab a drink. And I kid you not, let's have a toast to Tremblant boys. Everybody, thank you for coming. Everybody.
Cheers.
Guys,
Thanks, guys.
cheers, you guys.
Cheers, guys.
Check.
Thanks, Marco.
Cheers. Cheers, Dwepo.
He's taking it.
There we go. There we go. My video is fucking dying, yeah.
All right, let's take